from Stephen. Indeed, we see it's the right time to put the kingdom of God right where it belongs. We see the economic systems of Uganda is truly depending on loans from outside. Are we safe as a young country? That's one of the questions.
I would always like to illustrate this in a family setting. Okay, some of you are grown, you have children who are grown up. I have kids now who are really running their own homes. But I always imagine I have a child who never can stand on their own. Every month they come back and say, Daddy, give me money. Daddy, give me money. I mean, how would I feel? Now, I do appreciate, and that's one of the things I'm really keen to see, that part of the reason why we cannot stand on our own is because of the global system. The global system makes sure, the president talks about this all the time. The global system has made us become net producers of raw materials. And that is a global system. If you want to export finished products, which now we are seeing all these tariffs being put by the US, if you want to bring things in, we charge you. That needs to happen here. And we need to be allowed to do that so that we determine the prices of the goods that come from Uganda. If we are selling gold, I mean, Botswana has been able to place something in diamonds. That is part of the global system that makes sure that we never make it out. The prices of things are called out. This is part of the justice that must come to the marketplace. And then when you are praying, we need to pray for that we are allowed. I've had those statements from the administration saying African nations should not be where they are today. If it wasn't for the systems now, don't look at, he's fighting a system, a global system, which is affecting all of us. The global system makes sure we never rise. If we are trying to build factories, we are put down. Allow us to do that. Allow us to begin to remove the system that ties us, the bank system that makes sure that money doesn't come to Africa. I know a friend, someone I know who had received a grant of $10 million. He has failed to bring it in the country. Why? Because the system does not allow money to come into Africa. When you're trying to channel money to Africa, there are all kinds of questions that are being asked out there. The man has got the grant, but he has failed to get it in the country. So those things need to be dealt with. So back to your question. I don't want to be, I tell you, I don't want to be a country that is forever begging. When I have all the kind of resources that we have here, would you as a person, as a grown-up, be in a place where you're always saying, if my dad doesn't give me that money, 30%, 50% of my budget today, what will I do? That is really what we are saying as a country. So my prayer is that God will deal with all these things with one stroke. And let me tell you, I've been praying for Africa for, 86, 40 years. 40 years. We've been praying for God to do these things. So I'm not talking like someone who's excited on the news. I can tell you, I can show you times we spent hours crying before God to dismantle this system that is enslaving us. And I also can tell you that I have a spiritual sense we have come to also. Let us be allowed to be who? Okay, we have our own problems of management and so on. But let us be allowed to do what we can do, Let's not have a system that is draining everything and forcing even our young people to run out of the country. No. So for me, are we safe? Well, it depends on how it plays out. But suddenly we cannot be continually beggars. No, we cannot. That's not God. That's not what God created us to be. And my prayer has been consistent. Even now, as I watch what is happening, I'm not just rejoicing over them. I'm saying, God, remember Africa. This is the time to set us free, so that the things that you've put in here can be used for the betterment of our people, of our continent. So I hope that answers the question. Now,